Great. My name is Benson. I'm a part of the SureHive team. And today we have Professor Edson Pinza, who is always our key speaker, rather our teacher, an extraordinary professor. Now, if you have no idea what SureHive is a non-custodial DeFi protocol suite, a crypto token marketplace, and an ecosystem deployed on the Cardano network. Now, 2 sessions ago, we talked about DeFi yield, how you can generate yield on your crypto assets. And one of the ways we discussed was generating yield through providing liquidity on decentralized exchange platforms. Now, today, Prof will dive deeper into that, discuss more on how farming and staking actually work as a form of generating yields on your crypto tokens and in turn earning passive income. So it's always an exciting opportunity being here. And once more, if you can hear me before I give the floor to Prof, you can just maybe drop something on the chat box so that we know that we are all together. In 5 seconds. Are we all here? Great, great. Awesome. So at this juncture, Prof, I'd like to give you the floor. You can get started.
Okay, thank you, Benson. Today is going to be, again, exciting. We're talking about DeFi yield. We're going to carry on with our session on DeFi yield. So maybe let me reintroduce myself. My name is Edson Pinza. I'm a founder of SureHive and also a founder of Extensia, which is a cybersecurity company. And I'm also an extraordinary professor of applied mathematics. And before crypto, I joined Crypto Revolution in 2015. I had experience working with the financial sector as a consultant for banking, but also at the exchange, the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. So in terms of yield, so the first thing is, again, just to know what is yield. And yield is just a process of earning or generating return on an investment over a period of time. And you can, most of the time, you can express it as a percentage. And that being said, your yield is just your net realized return divided by the principal. So your principal is an initial amount, and you realize net realized is over that period of time. So I'm just going to unmute here. Okay, so let's just carry on here. Now, in DeFi space, you have different ways for you to generate income or to generate yield. It can be through providing liquidity, which we discussed, and today we're going to look at yield farming and also looking at staking. So really, if you look at the two, staking and yield farming are actually the same thing. It's yield farming is a different way of doing staking. And the first thing we just need to know here, just to understand what is really staking in terms of cryptocurrency or in terms of decentralized finance. So first of all, your staking is just a process of lending cryptocurrency on a blockchain protocol. So in the expectation of generating yield for you. So that simply means, if I take an example, I have, let's say I have a Binance token BNB, and I have this BNB. What I do is I lend it to the protocol, and the reason I'm lending it, I have a different reason why I'm lending the token to the protocol. So the first reason is it's called proof of stake blockchain. And remember, when transactions are, when Alice and Bob will do the transaction, there is the validator, group of validator, and usually you will know them when you use a proof of work. They are called a miner, where the miner will verify the transaction. But when you are in a proof of stake blockchain, they are called staker, and the staker verify the transaction. So the reason for them to verifying this transaction is first to make the network secured, and from that they will be paid every time the token is issued on blocks. Now you also have another way, which is called farming, another way of staking. And in yield farming, what you simply do is it's also a way to support the protocol. And in this case, here is a DeFi protocol. Remember, the first proof of stake blockchain is you using it just to verify the transaction and make sure the blockchain is secured. Now, in yield farming here, you actually doing staking on a DeFi decentralized finance protocol. So, so we will just dive into that. And another way where you can actually generate yield is called loyalty rewards. So loyalty reward is just a way for the protocol to reward you from supporting the protocol. So we will also look at and know to understand better what is the meaning of this. Now, let's just go down here. What is actually proof of stake, which, as I explained it before, your proof of stake is a consensus mechanism in which block validator, or you can call them staker, they are chosen randomly in order to verify the transaction. So in proof of stake blockchain, you have a round validator, and these validator they run nodes, and the next thing they do is they take the token of the network, let's say BNB. You will get some BNB, and you put it in your wallet, and then you stake it. And the reason you staking, because you want to again make the network secure. And then, of course, in these proof of stake, you have different proof of stake, and you also have like a hybrid consensus mechanism where you can mix actually proof of work and proof of stake, and mix proof of authority. So remember, these are only the way the validator will come into agreement. That's because when a transaction is issued in the network, now the validator will look at the transaction, and the reason for them to look at this, they want to actually find if this transaction is a legit transaction through different mechanism. So your proof of stake is just a way just to agree if a transaction is legit or not. Then apart from this proof of stake, you have different variants, which is one of them is called a delegated proof of stake. And a delegated proof of stake is simply when the staker, instead of, let's say we have 1,000 staker in the network to verify the transaction, then when the transaction is issued, then the 1,000 staker, they need to get in agreement to apply the transaction. So if I take some example, easier example, for example, an example in life, let's say we want to go to a restaurant, and then we are 1,000 of people. I see I could hear here. I'm just going to
Hey, hey, hey.
Okay, now I'm just going to send it all. Okay, great. So sorry, I was just checking here just to mute it. So I was just taking a simple example in life. When we want to go to a restaurant and we're 1,000 of people, it will take a time for us to agree first on to which restaurant to go. Now, if you are, let's say, 5 people, it's taking less time to get in agreement. And if you are 2 people, it even take less time to get into agreement. Now, in delegated proof of stake, you have a voting system which allow the staker to make a vote and to delegate who among the staker will actually append the transaction. So depending on some blockchain, some we can just have like 20 delegates, and these 20 delegates can be picked up among 1,000 of these stakers. And the reason of doing that is just so that the consensus is faster, and that's what Binance BNB use. So it's used a delegated proof of stake together with another proof, which is called proof of authority. So and Cardano use a different proof, which is you can call it the pool proof of stake. So here you don't delegate yourself, you actually lock your fund in a pool, and that pool is in charge of verifying the transaction. And hence through that, you can also receive the reward. Now, I'm just going to go through it, and at the end, we will jump quickly and we will do some demo use. Now, what is the next thing to do here? The next thing is farming. So remember, farming first has to do with liquidity provided, and this has to do with decentralized exchange as automated market maker. So in decentralized exchange, the exchange of the protocol will pool money, we pool fund and put it in one place. And the reason to do that is just to create liquidity. So now we as a participant of this pool, let's say I have Ethereum and I have a DAI here. DAI is a stable coin, and I don't want just to put them to keep them in my wallet, you know. But I can just get these. I can put them in the pool, and the reason I'm putting them in the pool so that whenever transaction happen in this pool, I will also benefit from it. And this is called liquidity, providing liquidity. Now, because that way, the way the automated market maker are built, it doesn't usually allow the participant in the liquidity pool to compensate them from the risk we're taking of putting liquidity. So then one way is to do what is called farming. And farming is simply a way just to, when let's say you are a liquidity provider, you provide liquidity in this pool. And this pool will issue you a token, which is the token of the liquidity. And that token of the liquidity actually show or give you a representation of your portion in the pool. And that token is, you can redeem it at any time into your ADA and or your DAI. So you provide Ethereum DAI, and then you receive this liquidity pool token. The next thing you need to do, because if you're only keeping it in the liquidity token, is not efficient. It means it doesn't necessarily compensate you from the risk you're taking of providing liquidity. Then you take this liquidity token, you need to stake it, and you need to stake it on the platform. And this is what is known as yield farming. And once you stake, you start to receive a token from them. So one of the examples is one is PancakeSwap, and another one is Sushi. So you have most of these automated market maker or decentralized exchange, because they are not built in a capital efficient way. So they need to compensate the participant by allowing them to do farming. So then the next way is a loyalty reward, and the loyalty reward is actually the reason it's created. It's a way for the token holder. Let's say you hold cake, and then as a reward, you want to be rewarded. The platform will reward you of holding cake. But it's not because you hold it in your wallet where you will be rewarded. You need to stake it. You need to stake it and lock it in the protocol so that it can just generate a new more. And the aim of that is for the protocol just to delay the spending habit of the users. So one of the spending habits can be just you buy it and then you sell it, or you also have other user that will be dumping the code. So for the protocol to delay, to retain the user, they also allow them to do staking. So now let's go now and go just quickly. I'm just going to show you here. The first thing is, how do you do staking in the proof of stake? And in that case now we're using chain. So I'm just going to go here. I will just share a different screen here. Quickly, I'm just going to share my screen here. Okay. Share. Great. I know you can see me now. So I'm just going to go here and just to show you how you can do those. For example, if I want to support to make Binance BNB chain, I want to make it more secure by staking and through proof of stake. Remember, the more user you stake, the more secure is the network. Now I want to stake here. I just go to Binance by bnbchain.org and I just go to staking. So I have it here. Now, how do I stake? In this case here, remember Binance BNB use a delegated proof of stake. Now I need to check the delegate, right? I have different delegates here. Okay, so I can do my research just to also for me to understand, how much money this delegate is in each week of this delegate. I see this one is putting in 50,000. 50,000. That's in terms of BNB, and I see here 100,000, but you're here. Then I see my commission here. How does it pay, and what is my APR? So why do you need to do this? Because let's say you And I think, this process is usually good for people who are thinking of to be older in this, because it doesn't make sense for you to stake and tomorrow and stake it, because remember your APR here is like 6.9 or 7% a year. So I can just do my research to understand also. Remember, first you just need to do your research to find out who are these guys. So let's assume I did my research here. Now, how do I stake here? I just go here and put my wallet. So normally if I go here, okay, so let's say when I disconnect like this. So the reason I'm disconnecting, I just want to show you. So when I appear on this page, it's just like this. I need to connect my wallet. So it's only support here the Binance Chain wallet. So I select it here. I say, okay. Now I see my wallet is connected. So how do I stake? I go here. I say delegate. And when I go to delegate, it's asking how much do I want to put here. Okay. Remember, depending on the network you want to do staking, there is a minimum requirement. Let's say I want to put 0.5 here. Okay, put 0.5, 0.5. Okay, so what you see here, it says the delegate cannot allow less than 1 BNB. Okay, now I just go back here and say I'm just going to delegate 1 BNB here. So I go here and click my delegate. So now it's just give me all the explanation here. Now the next thing I just do is confirm. Confirm next, it's going to connect to my wallet, and from my wallet here, it's either I reject, it's give me network fees, how much it's going to cost me, and the next thing is I just click on here, and then so the transaction will just go will be pending for a while, and once it's the transaction is cleared, okay, verified, then I will actually reinstate, and I can just get my BNB there, my token there, and then it will start to generate yield for me over a period of time, and that's it. So that's just a quick way you can just do this. So and remember also for over like network, if I go I go to over network like Cosmos, I will do the same thing. Cardano, I will just the process becomes so easy these days. In Cardano, you just go inside the wallet itself, and then we see the pool where to stake. Then we say stake, and then you know you receive a yield from it. Remember, the benefit of doing that is that instead of keeping your Cardano just but one Cardano to keep it in your wallet, it's not generating anything. But if you put it in, let's say you have 100 Cardano, you put it in a stake pool. So, your APR will just change based on which stake, which pool you choose. So let's say it's 5%. So that means at the end of the year, you will receive 5 more ADA. That's like you will have 100 and 5 ADA. So these are the things you can do. So what is the legal way just to do it? I'm going to look now into yield farming. So how do you do yield farming? I'm just going to go get here. So how do I do yield farming? Let's say I go on Pancake, and then I connect my wallet. My wallet is connected, and let's say I want to do what? I want to have I can just check here. I can check my farm here. So I see there is one farm here is BNB and cake. So I need BNB and cake first. Okay, so what do? I just go here. This is going to be just a quick experiment. I see I have 2 BNB here. So I'm going to say I'm going to get some cake. Okay, and but my slippage tolerance. Remember, the slippage is like if I put the order, how much I can tolerate for the market to go up or the market to go down. So I go here and I say, and you can see the impact of on the markets less than 0.1. So now I go here, I say I'm just going to swap it, confirm swap, and my wallet is going to come here and I will say confirm. Remember, you know that process already. And I go back here, I close, and when I close here, the transaction is pending now, the transaction is received. Normally I should, if I check my wallet now, I should have already my cake here. So I have my cake here. So what is the next thing I need to do? I go to liquidity. Okay. So I'm going to provide liquidity now. I go to liquidity. Okay. And I will say add liquidity. So I will choose the first currency. What is it? I'm saying cake. And what is my next currency I'm choosing here? Okay. I'm saying BNB. And I say I want to use all my cake here. And if I use all my cake, it's equivalent to this amount of BNB. Remember, I'm giving 50% of in terms of value of cake and 50% in terms of value of BNB. And I go here, I say supply here, and I say confirm. And when I say confirm here, just come here to my wallet quickly, and I confirm here right straight. So it's telling me you can add this. I can just add this token now. So what you will see when the transaction is clear, you will see I have a token, and that token is called BNB Cake LP. Okay, so let me just go here, just scroll up here. Normally, it should my transaction should be done now. If I go here to my MetaMask wallet, I check under my asset. So now you see this token here. It's called the liquidity token. It's cake. It's cake. So the equivalent, I give equivalent of 1 cake and no, a equivalent of 65 cake, and that was equivalent of 1 BNB. Now I have my liquidity token here. This is the liquidity token, and this is the token I'm going to farm. So what is farming? Is just taking the liquidity token. So then I go here, I said, I go here, I say farm. So normally when I go, I select this, it will show me, let's, okay, say enable farm. So I need to enable my farm, okay? I go here and click here. Normally it will show me that, cake here. So this is just also a transaction and it has to be cleared now. So once it's cleared, just waiting, okay, now the contract is enabled. Now I say stake. You see now I'm staking, your farming is taking the LP token. So now I'm staking the LP token here. I go here, this is my LP token that was generated. So what is the next stage? I say, okay, let me just stake everything. And I go here, I confirm. Okay, now it's telling me with what you stake, this is actually your ROI. Okay, now I go here, I confirm, right? And the transaction will be confirmed. You will see now, once this is confirmed, now I will start to receive. So every time this happen, things happen, you see here, my token, my LP now is here in the farm, and my LP said, okay, you have equivalent of 67 of cake and 1 BNB, and this is the value of this, and your LP is this, and your token LP start working. So once I receive a yield, it will come here, which I can harvest at any time. So if it's like $2, I click harvest, it just go to my wallet. $10, I click harvest, it goes to my wallet. And I can even compound this, like as I receive it, I do the same process and keep on compounding this. So now what you see here, it's exactly the same process. It's exactly staking, but staking in a different way, staking a different thing. Here you're staking the liquidity. Now, if I go here now, if I want to do staking, I can go here. You see stake here, stake. It says stake here. And if I stake, I can make up to this. Okay. So I go on, this is my APY is up to 90.94%. Remember, this percentage always change depending on the market condition, depending on how many people are staking. So it changes all the time. Don't be, your mind be focused on this, because remember, before you do DeFi, you are first a hodler. You did your fundamental analysis and you try, you know the token, understand what is the value of this token. And then instead of just keeping it in your wallet the way we used to do with Bitcoin, you just keep it in Bitcoin in your wallet in installment. In this case here, you put in your token at work. So now here is just staking. So the reason the reason you do the staking, because this is a way for the protocol to retain the spending habit of the user. So if I'm making from farm, maybe I want to sell it, I want to dump it, but I can also take what I'm making from the farm, I can just take it here to put it in the farm. So it say enable here, okay, and then I don't have any BNB, so I will just get some cake here because you want me to put cake here. So I can just go back here quickly and say I want 0.1, okay, and I want BNB, and I say swap here quickly. Confirm. Okay, close. Now I go, if that is the transaction cleared, I go quickly back here in the pool. Okay, transaction clear. I open. Okay, it's there. Then I go back here in this. It's enabled now. One way they say you want to lock it or you want it flexible. So flexible, you can take it at any time, but you can lock it also like for at least 37 weeks. So I say I want to be flexible. Now, how much do I want? Maybe I want to lock this. Now I go here, I confirm quickly, we're going to finish now. And I say confirm, okay. Now, my cake is at work. I take my cake, it's at work, convert to lock. Now, I'm not going to lock it, but my cake is at work. So every time transaction happen and every block, depending on how much I stake in that thing, you see here, it's here, my cake is at work now. So I will start to receive also yield. Okay, I think that's all. That's all for today. That's what I want to show you. And I hope you learned something. For me, this is very exciting because I remember here, I just have a wallet and I go on a platform, I start to do these activities. And these activities are open to anyone, as long as you have a fund, as long as you have internet connection, you can log here, you can do your own research, you can start to learn your own thing, and no one will stop you to do this. So this is where I find this very interesting and very empowering. So I hope this makes sense for you. Thank you very much for listening. Benson, I give it back to you.
Wow, thank you so much, Prof. I must admit that's a lot to take in for one session, but it was great insights. We'll also be sure to share the recording once it's available so that you can go through it again. Once you have more questions, you can share with us next week, and Prof will be sure to answer them. So I don't know if there's anyone who has a question for now, maybe. Anyone from the audience? Well, it seems we are satisfied for today. Great. So maybe just a few updates. I know lately we've had issues over scammers on Telegrams. People trying to people out there maliciously trying to get your information and probably scam you. So we have a few tips that could help keep you safe. And one thing to note is that SureHive only has a Telegram channel and not a group. Again, you should also beware of fake administrators and employees on Telegram. So no team member from SureHive will actually DM or private message you first, right? And if at all you get any suspicious message from anyone claiming to be from SureHive Academy, please be sure to reach out to us so that we can take the necessary caution and avoid damage. So far, so good, Prof. Thank you for the great session. Thank you for the super great insights. Always a pleasure having your extraordinary insights on board. And for everyone who joined us today, it's also a big thank you from all of us here at SureHive. And if you maybe got to join today's webinar through a referral, I'm just sharing with you our Telegram link. You can join us there for more insights, more content, and more updates as they come about. So from us, the SureHive Academy team, until next time, it's a bye-bye and a lovely week ahead.
Cheers, everyone, and enjoy your weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.